When the rift took hold, it was never just about revenge. It was about grief, about love, about what had been stolen. Miss Frost, the headmistress who built New Victoria Township from ink and iron, was more than a leader. She was a lifeline. To some, she was a mentor. To Miss Dagger, she was the only real friend in a town built on masks and motives. To Gabriella, she was something more. They had whispered of London, of escape, of freedom, of something gentler, of love. But Frost never made it. Her murder by her own brother, Percival Frost, and the puppet Governor Grantham shattered more than the Academy. It tore through hearts, futures, and the fragile fabric of hope. The men thought they'd won. They underestimated the women. Gabriella, draped in mourning silk, closed the crimson alcove, not for renovations, but for planning. Vivian emerged from the shadows, her old instincts as sharp as ever. Hannah, once a professor of fashion, found new purpose in rebellion, and O'Malley, steady and brilliant, handled the explosives. They chose the Dysart Hotel, where Percival and Grantham planned their final move to seize the town through force and fear. They were hosting a gathering, an announcement, a coronation. But the women had something else in mind. The bomb was set. The explosion was perfect. It reduced the hotel to rubble, burying the criminals beneath the very empire they sought to claim. Smoke rose out of the thunder. Then the earth moaned. The rift, weakened by the quake months earlier, ruptured completely. It started swallowing not just the hotel, but the town itself. Cobblestones, lamplight, and memory. Buildings folded inward. The air shimmered with blue fire. Time fractured. And when they awoke, the sky was wrong. Clean, vast, full of stars. No more soot. No more shadows. Only towers of glass, ships in orbit, and air that tasted like possibility. And the light beckoned. NeoExtropia. Here, identity was unbound. Purpose was chosen. Love was not shameful. And justice no longer wore a corset. Gabriella closed her eyes for a moment, as if listening for a voice now lost. Then she whispered, "I'll carry you with me." She walked forward, letting the light rise around her like a promise. Miss Dagger turned her face toward the stars, shoulders squared, grief sharpened into purpose. She stepped through the veil without hesitation, as if daring the future to stop her. Vivian smiled thinly, already reading the angles of a city not yet hers, but soon. She moved into the light like a shadow, choosing where to fall next. O'Malley stared into the gleaming horizon, blinking against the sky. "I didn't think it would work this well," she muttered. Then she gave a shrug, shoved her hands in her pockets, and followed them in. Hannah looked down at her soot-streaked gloves, then forward at the glimmering skyline. "Looks like fashion's back in style," she murmured. She gave a half smile, lit a cigarette, and walked straight into the glow.